moisturizer and the fit I had on yesterday. Uniform necessities, multiples of everything. Now your neighbor wanna come and speak to me like with a few fake laughs. She talking my ear off. It's sympathy I lack. I care about one thing. What a at. Anyway, gotta pay a little more if we late to the jack. Got a jet cause the boat leave at 8. And we got some fur on the upper deck in the orchestra. Gon' play a score for every Ablo project. You ain't scared to change cause this ain't coming out your pockets. My fruity and slick. I'm rude a little bit. Don't be acting so appalled. All your girls let it.
You gotta choose. You like the top of you just move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You like the top of you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. Yeah, I jump out the booth, then I might hop through the roof. Count on the ring, stuff. My team is the truth, but they some liars to you. And they never sing, but they always shoot. And all of their diamonds are new. And that's why I'm here with villain, cause I really get it. And I need all my honeys in blue. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. Make a choice. I need 100 pack for my boys. Be hating and talking and hating. I bet you I kill the noise. I've been a man like I'm Peyton. I boost up my rating. You know how I play with toys. Pop out on any occasion, get standing ovations. They can't help it but rejoice. They all wanna follow me, cause I got my foot on the opposition neck and ain't no apologies. 100 yards, you know I own all the property. Daddy's home, you know I own all the property. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You gotta choose. You gotta choose. You gotta choose. You gotta choose.
It's that hate, boy.
Yeah, my day ones here to dance at the beginning. So you know it's only right, that's how we end it. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it, but it ain't just me, it's the whole team. Share with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Know when you riding like we riding with each other. Ain't no hiding, it's the whole team. Share with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no hiding. Tell them line it up. Like a 4th and 1, we sneaky when we slide up. Yellow offense with no defense, they got times up. We make the hits, y'all take the hits, and now we fired up. 3, 2, 1, don't need no break. Hut 1, hut 2, get it straight, that's how I like it. And we grind it every night to make it hit, now it's exciting. See, they just getting cake, they ain't never gonna get no ice. And all we want is chips, ring fingers looking ice. My day ones here to dance at the beginning. So you know it's only right, that's how we end it. Came up to losing to winning. Yeah, I did it, but it ain't just me, it's the whole team. Share with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Know when you riding with each other. Ain't no hiding, it's the whole team. Share with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Know when you riding like we riding with each other. Ain't no hiding. See, we came up from the bottom, me and squad got it. And we made it through them problems, now it's God body. We eat, sleep, breathe this. Wave till they see sick. Do it right the first time, they all try to remix. Yeah, they grinded, but we grinded different. Tell them they time is ticking, but we time a fish. Bet not leave a minute, stop it. Ones here to dance at the beginning. So you know it's only right, that's how we end it. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it, but it ain't just me, it's the whole team. Share with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other. Ain't no hiding, it's the whole team. Share with the whole team. Congratulate the each other, ain't no hiding this.
Yeah. Hold up, it ain't easy breaking away or being a great. They slamming the door, I'm jumping the gate. Cause a starving stomach like being punched in the face. And an instrumental was the last time that I ate. Food from all of the base. My ace boom goon, big son told me about the game. 20 years later, know my name. King, crown me, lounge in the back of the spot. Pay homage to an underground peasant, climb to the top. Funny style on elevators could never fade us. I peep data stain anytime they congratulate us. Goggles is worn and bottles is popping. I'm beyond Sanders on haters, this ice bucket dropping over their head with it. Extra the cred with it.
Today, from NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas. It's week 13 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Davis Mills and the Houston Texans taking on Deshaun Watson and the Cleveland Browns.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Cleveland Browns and the Houston Texans. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. They come in off a loss last time out, but still in the midst of a great season, winners of 8 of their last 10. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. As the Texans offense runs out, we get a peek at the man under center. Second-year quarterback Davis Mills out of Stanford.
This guy's leadership is so important to how this offense functions. He doesn't shrink from any moments on game day, and everything he does sets the example in practice, off the field, and is the guy leading everyone out for each possession.
On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The numbers on the ground for Pierce last week. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide. Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. First and 10, it's Pierce. And taken down just shy of the 40. The Texans at 8-3 now. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. Back to the ground with Pierce. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. First down, they go right back to Pierce. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 35 on second down, Mills. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down. From the gun, here's Mills. Goodwin able to haul it in. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 12-yard line. Pierce gets this one running right. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. The 13th play now coming on this opening drive. Here's third down. Mills to throw it. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's fourth down. Mills to the sideline, and out now is Kaimi Fairbairn for the Houston field goal try. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And it's now 3-0 Texans. Pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well. So your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
The Browns on their way out now for the first time, and we'll also get a look at the player brought in from Houston to run this offense, and that's Deshaun Watson.
And he makes it so difficult for all defenses because when he's got the ball, it's hard to say when a play is truly over because he can create from any spot on the field and in any situation, even when it appears that he's contained. When he's running your offense, a big play could arrive from any possible spot.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 11 carries, 52 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start side of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Well, Charles, you think about this defense. This week in preparation, you couldn't hide the fact from them that they're facing a team that's lost 7 in a row. You just wonder if they prepare the same way they normally do.
Yeah, that's a great question because normally that preparation goes into what you do well on defense. What is the best thing that you do going into a game? But in this case, you might want to take all the tendencies and throw them out the window. I would expect them to throw every trick play in the book right out of the gate in order to try and get something established and get things moving.
From the 50, it's Watson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Malik Collins in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. And, of course, that's not an easy man to sack. You know how elusive he can be trying to get outside of the pocket. That was a great play on the defensive side.
And I wonder what was going through his mind, because he didn't seem as committed to using his legs to pick up yardage. He wanted to keep that play alive to either take off and go or throw it away. But he held on to the football and ended up getting sacked.
Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first. They're going to look to throw. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Another try after the first down sack. Watson, he's going to drop this one down for Chubb. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Now Watson. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. Out there is Rodrigo Blankenship in the field goal unit. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And now this ball picked up in the end zone. Remember, this is a live ball. Week 13 here in the NFL, first weekend of December. Playoff races definitely coming into focus now, and we got a couple of good ones in prime time. Tonight, national audience gets a look at the Colts for a second straight weekend. This time they're at Dallas, 7:20 Central Time for that kick. And then Monday night, Saints and Bucks from Tampa. They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And he's across the 45. It'll be second down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 43 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. And they'll try to throw here. Mills escaping the pressure right. Deep ball for Goodwin. And this is caught. Touchdown. Marquise Goodwin, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the result, a Houston touchdown. The Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Kind of picked them up from that one.
But the big story in this one, of course, Deshaun Watson back in Houston where he began his career. Drafted 12th overall in 2017. Three-time Pro Bowler as a Texan. And was officially traded to Cleveland back on April 27th. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down. To throw is Watson. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing on third down, Watson. Flushed out right. This one incomplete. Almost picked off by the rookie, but he couldn't quite look it in. And now it's fourth down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Dameon Pierce taking the field with the rest of the Texans offense. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. Throwing, Mills. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
On second down, Mills again. And he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Now a hit and a loose football. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punt's coming in, I never return punts, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are, about whether you should fair catch it or not, but sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
Pierce takes it straight ahead, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do, and right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Third and short yardage, Mills. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Mills. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down.
Excellent. They'll come back to the huddle, reset, and try something different.
Final play of the half. Mills. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit. And that one tied 14 apiece in the second quarter. From there, we head down south to Atlanta. Check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And you can see they trail in that matchup against the Pittsburgh Steelers. George Pickens, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And you can see they have the lead over the visiting Tennessee Titans. A.J. Brown, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Browns offense getting set to go to work here to start the third. In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Throw right side taken in by the tight end Bryant. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Second down, here's Chubb again. And he'll get about 3 here up to the 44-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Watson. He's got his receiver, Cooper. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 35. Here's Watson. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Watson's throw into the hands of Peoples-Jones. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 18. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. To the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. And the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll run with Chubb. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns are back within a score. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. From his end zone, here's Tremon Smith. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that momentum stays in your camp.
They go play action. Mills. And this pass broken up. But the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
So a change of possession here on the punt, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll start with the option. Taking it right down Broadway. The 20. And they will finally catch him, but not before he gets it to the 11. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Here's Watson. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty. To throw again on 2nd down. Watson. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Watson to Njoku there for the Cleveland first. Back to throw, Watson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
The Texans here on third down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 51 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory, right at the 40. Watson now to throw. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. The sack there by Rasheem Green. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd and 11 now. Watson. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Watson. That's out to Chubb, complete. That he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good. And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it. Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th. Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest to this 4th quarter. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Another carry for Pierce.
And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Working with 2nd and 5 now. Pierce now up the middle.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels. It's a gain of 4, and it gets him the first.
Give to Pierce.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs? Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
Past the 20. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A huge play there for Houston.
So that about the shortest pass a quarterback can make, but it winds up going for a bundle.
Yeah, let's face it, in the stats, it sure looks like a heck of a throw, doesn't it? It's almost like in baseball.
when you get that little Texas leaguer that turns into a double, you would think that you hit it off the wall. Big-time play for him on a short little pass.
Pierce is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Again, it's Pierce.
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston.
Damian Pierce taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Texans have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th. So still time remaining here in this 4th quarter, but the touchdown there puts them back out in front.
And you and I both know that their defense will not very subtly remind everyone that they started all of this because they held firm on the last drive and only gave up a field goal. Gave it back to the offense in a tie game and said, okay, your turn now, make something happen. And they went down the field and scored.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Browns drive about to get started.
They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. Watson's throw hauled in by Bell.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Watson.
Right back to Bell, and it's caught once again.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Watson.
That's complete to Peoples-Jones.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. And the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. To the air yet again, Watson. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. Desperation time. Watson on 4th down.
He'll get this to Bell.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. A new lease on life after the 4th down conversion. Here's 1st and 10. To throw, Watson.
Forced out to his... Oh, no, he lost the football. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime. How deflating.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, heartbreaking. They had an opportunity, had a chance, and probably were feeling pretty good about what was going on, and that was taken away from them by their own mistake.
Yep, the opportunity squashed. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
And Pierce gets it again on second down.
And he'll get this across the 40 and up to about the 42-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they take a knee. Down to a knee here as the Texans look to let the clock roll. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.
We all just got a heck of a show, partner. This was a close game for a long time. Close at half, close down the stretch. Home team finds a way to get it done, a narrow victory.
Yeah, they finished with a flourish, didn't they? Because there were times where each side looked like they were the better team out there. And the outcome was in doubt for much of this game. Every snap seemingly more important than the previous one. Great effort from the guys visiting. But in the end, how about those guys in their home stadium finding a way to win?
So for Houston, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, it's another week with more questions than answers as they fall to 3-9. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
told you I'd be ready. You always got excuses and you know I be on top of things. On the dot is not your aim. Although we in love, we are not the same. I hit you on that celly. You said you needed 5, that was more than 12 ago. Claim you got your hands tied.
I'm really out for blood this time, look. I just came back for the win. Lot of new money in my hand. Gonna tell a friend to tell a friend. They say success is the best revenge. Heard they was sleeping again, say it no more. This is a rude awakening, kicking the door. Back and I'm better than ever before. Don't get it mistaken, I'm ready for war. I see the option, I'm up in the score. I catch a and jump in the course. Follow the core and the back to the morgue. Take the sheet off and I some more. When I am done at the scene, I won't leave anything. You won't even know who is involved. Don't let me do it cause I overdo it and do it till I cannot do it no more. All of the doubters, I'm proving them wrong. Back with the classic, I know it's been long. Heard they was missing me while I was gone. I smell the victory back up on top and it's where I belong. Like it ain't to me, we making history. Fall through the misery, weather the storm. Can't let them get to me, no weapon form shall prosper. R&B all over my roster, I got options. I keep it right on the dresser, next to the Oscar. Applying pressure, somebody stop us. Woo! Applying pressure, somebody stop us. Running my closet, go need a doctor, go need a doctor, go need a what? I just came back for the win. Lot of new money in my hand. Gonna tell a friend to tell a friend. They say success is the best revenge. I just came in my hand. Gonna tell a friend to tell a friend. They say success is the best revenge. So now they on my body. Made it to the top. Ain't no way that they can stop me now. They gon' say I joined the Illuminati. I got demons all around me. Tell me what they know about me, huh? I just came back for the win. Lot of new money in my hand. Gonna tell a friend to tell a friend. They say success is the best revenge. I just came back for the win. Lot of new money in my hand. Gonna tell a friend to tell a friend. They say success is the best revenge.
Yeah, my Brooklyn, go see Chirac, Southside, C12, 911, grrr to the reality, we still outside. Mine on the riches, hard in the trenches. You can't throw dirt on the underground, we thrive in it. Ghana boys stocks on the rise, Charlie, this flex know they ready. See, we not to ride nobody with, we the ones who started with it. Translation, Yanni had to buy, Yanni had Yanni hits. This goes so hard, even the ops go with it, That's how you know we lit. Grrr.
We be the hottest on the scene. Dance stones from the dust. Big drop with leash. Where's the love in the streets? Got my heart on the beat. See that blood on my sheets. Yeah, when me ready, me hit it heavy. I zoom on the pride of my people already. Them I see Ellie. Me, I'm just sharing my journey. I'm thankful that people they hear me. Tribe of Joseph, I'm ahead of the bunch. P5, I was starving for months. A running cutscene, but on my pockets, me need my DNA. Baby for lunch, but call me a star before BBC. Don't take a lot to get rid of me. Me and them don't get the same. Me and them don't get the same. Boy, that they gon' know the name is. They say I move like I'm nameless. Cause I only got for the money bags. And I don't really wanna be famous, man. You know what's up. You know what's up. You pretend. You gonna lie. We don't be gang. You know what's up.
going crazy. We at the top and we never gonna stop. Hop in a ghost, I'ma get Swayze. I just got off of the jet and I cry. I win in a Humvee, I lie. I be on go cause I come from the shot. I'm shooting back, I ain't ducking no shots. Got power like Samson, I cut off the locks. Shabak, Timmer, in the cut like I'm Fredo Santana. Lose you bent and I hop in the Bama, the world is mine. I'm Tony Montana, I'm Pelican Fly. Diamonds on me cause I'm rapping a rock. I'ma go hard, I ain't killing them soft. I'm up in the hills, I feel like I'm Lauren, you ready or not?